Hi everyone, welcome to CLLST. So today we would be talking about how to read newspaper. There are multiple news in newspaper and which all are important from exam perspective. It's very necessary to understand that aspect. But before going into that area, I would like to highlight the importance of newspaper. So we know clad pattern got changed in the year 2020, and we have two paper which actually reveals or which actually talks about the current clad pattern. So you can't just keep CLAT 2021 paper as your ideal source or your source for studying or understanding the syllabus, but 2020 paper is equally very important. So in 2020 paper they had clearly mentioned the sources from where they have picked the articles or from where they have picked the passages, and 85 to 90% of questions or passages from various newspaper and various online websites. So reading newspaper is not only important from GK perspective, but it also helps you to understand the type of passages which is being asked. It also helps you in understanding the author's perspective, which is very important from logical reasoning section. So GK plays a very important role when you are talking about current affairs exam. And it's not like that, when you go back and check the syllabus, so in English also they have stated that they would be asking questions from fictional and non-fictional passages. Similarly, if you go to legal section, they have clearly stated that the questions will be from legal passages, public policy passages, moral philosophical aspect. When you go back to logical section, there also they have stated that what kind of passages would be asked. So all these kind of passages have some link with newspaper. For example, if I pick one topic, let's say COVID. So COVID is one topic where suppose there's one article in a newspaper with respect to COVID. So I can frame question in English also from the same passage. I can frame questions in legal also. Suppose the passage is talking about act of God, or the passage is talking about the various laws which government implement to regulate the pandemic, or for that matter in past they have done so to maintain or for any endemic or something like that. So for that perspective, it will help me in legal section. If I talk about GK, so obviously COVID, the type of vaccines, the virus, the information about the virus, and each and every information we can read it from newspaper from the same topic. Similarly, if I go about the logical section, so if suppose author is stating or author is criticizing the way the government has handled the situation, or is praising the way government has handled the situation, and the same article is being asked in the exam, so that will also help you in logical section. And if I'm not wrong, I think you all must have heard that in 2020 NLS has conducted their own paper, which was NLAT. In NLAT, from one passage they framed the questions of all 5 sections. So from that perspective also reading newspaper is very important. Now coming to the point that how we shall read newspaper, because there are multiple information available in newspaper. So for that perspective, first of all, identify or divide the newspaper in 5 or 6 important aspects, and accordingly try to read it, because there are information from state's perspective, there are information about crimes happening in your city, or maybe some events happening in your city. So that is not important. What is important from newspaper? So first thing and foremost thing is we have to understand the type of questions which is being asked in the exam, the type of areas which is being covered in the exam. So for that purpose, you can divide newspaper in 5 or 6 sections. The first section should be polity and governance, or polity and judicial system, you can say. There you have to read the information with respect to government, what are the changes which government is bringing, the policies which government is framing, or if there is some law which has been passed by the government. So all these will fall within the category of polity, or for that matter there is some president rule somewhere election is happening, how the election commission is playing the role, the controversy which we had last year with respect to elections being conducted, this year only, election being conducted in Bengal and other states. So that is also very important. So that will fall within the category of polity. Then judiciary, same you can divide. So there also the laws, the amendments, Supreme Court's judgment, any important controversies, any important debates. So all these will fall within the category of polity and judiciary. Then the second heading which you have to figure out in newspaper is economy. Economy plays an important role. Questions are being asked from economy like inflation, GDP, recession, or for that matter economic slowdown, and also all these RBI's role, how RBI is regulating the system, the repo rate and all these which are decided by the RBI. So all these information you can put in economy section. The third one would be environment, again plays a very important role. So whatever topic is there with respect to environment, for example government comes up with forest report, so that will also fall within the category of environment. So you have to read or you have to categorize is the third thing as environment. Then the fourth one can be with respect to international relations, India's relationship with foreign countries, India's tie-up with foreign countries, what's happening at world level, what's happening at international organizations. So that will fall within the category of international relation. The fifth one can be art and culture, or other such information. For example, recently Jallianwala Bagh place was very much in news because of the highlights and lights which was put up there. Then UNESCO designating certain site as cultural site, heritage site. So all these will fall within the category of art and culture and historical aspect. Then the last topic can be miscellaneous one. In miscellaneous, you can put information from sports perspective, sports and awards. You can put information from movies perspective like Oscar and all. You can also put the information with respect to books and author. You can put the information with respect to science and technology. So the moment you know what kind of questions are being asked, the moment you start understanding that these are the important topics in newspaper, you can easily ace the exam. And newspapers shall always be your primary source to prepare for the exam. So identify these 5, 6, 7 sections in newspaper, put or tick all the information which is there. Try to also make a note of your own, because I personally believe that if you have a note of your own, it becomes very easy for you to revise the topic, and you can ace the exam and you can easily get good marks in GK, and not only GK section but in all the section. And yes guys, one more important thing, don't forget to read editorial. Editorial reading is must, because it explains the topic from all the important perspective, and whatever is there in news, that something which is very much important, that is being discussed in editorial. So editorial helps us in understanding the perspective. It also helps us in understanding whether certain things is good or bad from different authors perspective. It also helps you in your reading speed. It also helps you in understanding the passages. So yes, never forget to read editorial, and the maximum time or minimum time which you shall give to newspaper is 1.5 hours on daily basis. Thank you for watching this video. Please do like and subscribe. Thank you.